Alright guys, this is the homework for section 1.6. Let's start off with number 1. Here it's asking us to write an equation of the line and interpret the slope. Now for the equation of the line we need two things. We need slope and we need intercept. Specifically the y-intercept. Now there's several ways to go about doing this. The way I'm going to do this is using point slope form, which is the equation is y equals m times x minus x1 plus y1. x1, y1 is just a point on the line, any point. It doesn't particularly matter which point it is, as long as it's a point on the line. So here, to calculate my slope, m is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So pick two different points, subtract the y values, pick two different x values, subtract them, and then divide them. Now for here, it's a graph, so another way to calculate slope is rise over run, which here actually gives it to you, so it's pretty easy. The run would be 2, and the rise is 10, so m would be 10 over 2, which reduces to 5, or 5 over 1. Now to interpret our slope, our x values, we see here our age in years, and our y is the weight in pounds. So for every increase in age, the weight increases by 5 pounds for a child. So let's go ahead and write that down. For every year, a child's weight increases by 5 pounds. Right. Now to write our equation of the line, y equals the slope, which was 5, times x minus, now here I'm going to choose the point that they give us here, 5, 40. The x value is 5, plus the y value, which is 40. Right, now I'm just going to distribute this 5 out, so y equals 5x. 5 times negative 5 is negative 25 plus 40. I have y equals 5x. Negative 25 plus 40 is positive 15. So that's my equation, and that's my interpretation of the slope. Alright, number 2, we're just still doing the same thing. First, my equation of the line, it's y is equal to the slope. The slope here is rise over 1. So the rise in this case is going down by 16. Going down, we do the negative over 4. And this can actually reduce to y equals 16 divided by 4 is negative 4. Alright, we're going to multiply, it actually goes down by 11. 11 and 4. So this does not reduce, so we just leave it as 11 over 4. X minus, I'm going to choose this point here, which is 0, 20. X value is 0, and y value is 20. Right? I'm going to distribute this negative 11 over 4. Y equals negative 11 over 4x. Negative 11 over 4 times 0 is 0, and then I just have this plus 20 at the end. Alright, so that's my equation of the line. The slope is negative 11 over 4, so to interpret that is for every 4 cups, the amount of bread, or rather the loaves that you can make, decreases by 11. For every 4 cups of flour, that is the units on my x-axis, and the units on my y-axis is the bread, or loaves of bread. So for every 4 cups of flour, the amount of loaves of bread decrease by 11. It's decreasing because it's negative. Alright, moving on, number 3. Here we have to determine the data if it shows a linear relationship, and then write the equation of a line of fit. Alright, so let's do that first. Number 3, I'm going to do right here. First, let's draw our little graph. Now, they're all positive, so I don't even have to worry about the negative side of the coordinate plane. I only have to worry about the positives. So here, let's see, my x, I should go by, let's go by 2s. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, and 20. Alright, the y values, let's see, let's go by 50s. 50, 100, 150, 200, 250, 300, 350, 400, and 450. 50, 100, 200, 300, and 400. Alright, at 3, that would be here. I'm at 76, so it's about right in the middle here. At 7, where's 7 at? That would be here. I'm at 164. 164 would be 150, about right there. 11, I'm at 252. 11 is here. 252 is about there. 14, 318. 14 is here. 318 is right about there. And 20 is 450, so all the way up here. Alright, now when you're doing a line of fit, you look at your data points and you try to see if you can draw a line in such a way where there would be an equal amount of points above the line and an equal amount of points below the line. So let's see, I'm going to choose here, and I'm going to go just like that. Right, so this line obviously doesn't fit all the points. It doesn't have to. It just has to fit the pattern of the points that it's going towards. Right, so the point here is 0, 0. And this point was 2, 4, 6, 8, 7, 7, 164. Alright, so now when we write our equation of the line, we're going to use the same point slope that we have up here. And our rise, we went up to 164, and we ran to 7. So our slope here is 164 over 7. Alright, let's do the equation of the line. Y is equal to the slope, 164 over 7, times x, minus any point that I choose, and I'm going to choose that one just to make it easier on myself. 0 plus 0. When I multiply this out, I get y equals 164 over 7, x, 164 over 7 times 0 is 0, and plus 0 doesn't add anything to the value, so that's it. Now here it's asking us to estimate the y value when x equals 15. So right there, all we have to do is just substitute 15 into our equation. Now this is probably a good place to take out your calculator. 164 divided by 7 times 15 is equal to 2460. So if you want to use it as a decimal, if you want to convert it into a decimal, just put 2460 divided by 7, and then with a decimal point. So it should look like that. Hit enter. and your calculator converts it into a decimal. So 351.43 y equals 164.7 times 15, and we got 351.43. Alright, so what does this mean? So we inputted 15 for our x value. Our x value was days, and our y value was the number of tickets sold. So to interpret this, at day 15, the number of tickets sold is approximately 350. You can't really sell 0.43 of a ticket, so you have to round up. 352 tickets. All right, number 4, we have to do the same thing. First, graph out our data. Now on this one, let's go by fives. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Our y's, let's go by 50s again. 50, 100, 150, 200, 250, 300, 350, 400, 450. And let's go ahead and plot our points. 6, about here. 70, right about there. 10, 118, right about there. 17, 200, about here. 25, 295. This is 200, 250, 300. So about right there. And 40, I'm at 472. So about right there. Alright, let's go ahead and draw in our line. That's about right. I'm going to choose this point here, which is 25, 295. And this one here, which is 0, 0. Now for my slope, my rise is 295. And my run is 25. Let's see if that reduces. 295 divided by 25. We get 59 over 5. Alright. Now, let's go ahead and write our equation. So y is equal to the slope, 59 over 5x, and the y-intercept is 0, so we don't have to add anything. That's our equation of our line. Now to interpret it for x equals 15, again just multiply by 15. So it's 59 divided by 5 times 15, and end it with the decimal point. So it should look something like that. Hit enter, and it should give you an exact, 177. So there's nothing else we need to do. 177. 15 equals 177. So here, if we want to interpret it, it's for 15 at day 15. No, in this case, our x value is minutes, and our y value is calories. So for 15 minutes, the number of calories burned is about 177. Alright, moving on to number 5 and 6. For this one, you will need your calculator. There's no other way to do this, guys. So if I advise you to keep those handy, charged and with batteries when you come to class. Alright, so let's start from the beginning and I'll show you how to input the data. Okay. So first you want to get to this screen. You hit 1 for new document. Let me do that again. You hit 1 for new document. Go to 4, which is add list and spreadsheets. On your first column, you want to label it for your X values, and then start listing all those values. So if we see here, the first X value that I see is 1. So I hit 1, enter, and then just go down the list. I see a 2, I see another 2 up here, a 3, another 3, a 5, and then finally a 6. Now in the second column, label it your Y values, and go ahead and input those values. So this is 2, this one here is 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, 5. So when you want to calculate your linear regression, you go to Menu, Statistics, Stat Calculation, and go down to 3, where it says Linear Regression. Now here on your X list, you want to change it by pushing the right button, go down to your X values, hit Tab, push the right button, go down to your Y values, push Tab again. Once you have that, push Enter, and it should spit out some values over here. Now the last part of the question, it asks us to find and interpret the correlation coefficient. The correlation coefficient is this R value, the single R. Do not look at R squared, it's the R. Here we see that R is equal to 6.65133. Now for these, we just have to round to 3 decimal places. So in this case, R is equal to 0.651. 0.651. Now here, if this coefficient value is close to 1, it means that your data very closely resembles a line. Now here we see that it's not very close to 1, it's kind of in the middle. So our interpretation of this would be the data resembles a line, but not very strongly. All right. Now when you want to get your equation out of the calculator, all you have to do is just put the pieces together. M would be your slope, and B would be your y-intercept. So from there, it's just a matter of copying it down. So it would be y is equal to the slope. Again, round to 3 decimal places. Should be 0.424 x plus the y-intercept, which is 2.667 after we round it. All right, now on to the next data set, which is number 6. So again, new document, clear everything, and we're going to start from new again. Hit 4, label your first as an X, and then start listing those values. So that would be 1. The next one is 2. There's 3. There's another 3. There's a 4. Another 4. And a 5. In the second column, label it as Y. And start labeling this. It's 4. That's a 5. That's a 4. That's a 3. 2. 1, and another 1. Right. After that, hit Menu. 4, go down to Statistics. 1, Stat Calculation. And 3, Linear Regression. On your X list, push right 2 times to go to your X values. Hit Tab. Hit right. And go down to your Y values. Hit Tab. And then push Enter. And this should spit out those values. For here, R was equal to negative 0.085. Now, if your R value is negative, that means that your data resembles a line with negative slope, which we can see here. All the data points are going down. And since it is very close to 1, 0.85 is close to 1, our interpretation is that the data strongly resembles a line with negative slope. And when we want to write down our equation, it's just a matter of copying it down from our calculator. Escape. Right. M was negative 1, so it's negative x plus our b, which is 6. Alright, and that's it, guys. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave them in the comments, and I'll get to them as quickly as I can.